So for this project, you're really just wanting to show that you understand how math in business occurs, basically. So let's look at each little piece real fast. The first one is use real-world data to determine how a product or service can be profitable in a community. So this is why we've talked about a business proposal when we've had our individual meetings. Having a business proposal would be really great because then you've thought through whether or not the product or the company that you're wanting to start is actually profitable. All right. And so you're going to want to talk about how much things cost versus how much you're going to sell them for, and then compare that to other similar businesses in the area to make sure that you're not underpricing or overpricing yourself. All right. So the next piece is fixed and variable expenses of running a business. So this will be in your business proposal. You need to know, how much does it cost to start up? How much are you going to pay in inventory? Are you going to have a building that's already constructed? Do you even need a building? What about salaries? What about the equipment that you'll need to build whatever it is that you're planning on using as a product? You also need to talk about advertisement. How much is that going to cost you? All right. So all of those things are fixed and variable expenses. They will change some of them will change from month to month. Some of them will be very fixed. So variable expenses we've talked about before would be something like your utilities, because those change from month to month. And then, well, depending, remember we talked about meter-based billing, and then we talked about fixed or levelized or budget billing. Those would be more fixed costs because that's going to be the same every month whenever you make your budget. All right. Calculating indices and solving problems using common indices. This you could actually discuss. A lot of the stock pieces that we've talked about would fit in really well right here in your business proposal. Okay. So we need to talk about whether or not you plan on being a publicly traded company. So you need to scale your business pretty quickly if you want to be publicly traded. This step right here actually comes into play with your budget, not with your budget challenge, I'm sorry, with your stock market challenge stuff. You need to talk about the stock market averages and how they're calculated and how those averages are reflected in or impact your stocks, okay? So the next thing you want to talk about is inflation. You hear all the time people saying, well, in my day, you could get a sucker for a quarter. Well, now you're going to pay $1 for a sucker, apparently. So that's inflation. That just means how much the money changes. So you're going to want to address that because pricing over time will adjust due to inflation. And then finally, in your business proposal, you'll want to talk about hiring employees. So you're going to want to talk about what you're going to be looking for in their business, or in their resume, I'm sorry, what you're going to be looking for in their interview, the way they communicate with you. Also, time management. What will you be looking for in their time management skills? And then what are some expectations that you have for them? Do you care what they wear to work? Obviously, they're representing you. So does what they wear impact the way that your brand is thought of? So all these things need to go into your business finance project. So hopefully you have a good idea now of what you're going to do to start your project.